is your video to teach you how to make the sheet set for your puzzle cube. I'm only going to do one piece and then you'll have to do the other pieces, but basically here's what you're going to do. When you have your model made and all of your components are listed separately, you're going to change from a model to a drawing, and we're going to make a drawing from design. So click from design. We're going to create a new drawing from scratch. These are all fine. We're not going to use the full assembly. We're going to do one component at a time. So over here in my browser, my component list, I'm going to click my blue piece to start with, and I'm going to click OK. And I'm automatically going to be taken to a drawing. So this is a piece of paper to create a drawing, and I'm going to place my base view. I'm going to click. Now my base view is placed. Once I've placed my base view, I come up here to the top in my drawing views menu, and I click on the projected view. I want to project multiple views of this puzzle cube so that I can see what the piece looks like. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to click my piece, and now see how I'm dragging out another view? I'm going to click a view to the right. I'm going to click a view to the top, and I'm going to click a view right above it. Now, once I'm finished with my views and I have these three clicked, so I started out with a front view. Do you guys remember our orthographic projections? This is the front view. This is the right view. This is the isometric. Remember, we never actually drew the isometric. I told you that Fusion would do it for us. There it is. And here's the top view. So we have front, right, and top. Over here in the corner is the ISO. Now, it's going to let me put more views if I want to, but I don't need any more views. So on my mouse, I'm going to use my right click button. Right click, OK, and it'll create those drawings. Good work. I'm going to close this browser because it's kind of driving me crazy and I don't really need it. Over here in the ISO, I'm going to double click on that ISO and I'm going to get a menu over here. And for style, I want to color in the ISO. So I'm going to click on this box that says shaded, and it colors in my ISO for me, which is cool. So I can see what my ISO piece looks like, and I can see the front, right, and top view of that ISO. Now, the last thing I need to add is just a couple dimensions. So up here in the dimension menu, I'm going to click dimensions, and I'm going to dimension from one side to the other, all the way across. But I want it to be straight. So pull your mouse over so it's straight. We don't want crooked dimensions. Crooked dimensions are no good. Straight dimensions are good, and I'm going to click it. 2.25, cool. If you want to add some smaller dimensions in here, that would be good. General rules for dimensioning, the big one goes on top, the small one goes on the bottom. And this one down here, if I can do 2.25 minus 1.5, that'll tell me how big this edge is. So I don't need another dimension cluttering up my drawing. So I'm only going to put 2 there. All right, so my front view is dimensioned pretty well. On my top view, I'm going to dimension from top to bottom. Make sure you don't get this diagonal dimension. You want a straight dimension. Pull it out and click it, 1.5. I'm going to add one more dimension for this edge, 0.75. And if I can do 1.5 minus 0.75 to figure out that this edge is also 0.75, I'm not actually going to put it on the drawing. If you put too many dimensions on the drawing, it's called over-dimensioned. It's a mess. It doesn't look very good. It's not very helpful. So we're not going to do that. On your right view, we're going to go from top to bottom and pull this dimension out and click 1.5. And I'm going to go top to bottom here, click, pull it out, click again, 0.75. And again, I don't want to over dimension, so I'm going to leave this undimensioned, and I am finished. When I grade your sheet set to look at your extra credit, I'm going to look for a couple things. I'm going to check and see if you had front, right, and top views. If you get front, right, and top views, that's an extra credit point. If you get your ISO view up here, that's another extra credit point. If you get it colored in, that can be another extra credit point. And if you put some dimensions on here, even if they're not perfect, as long as you try and put some dimensions on and they look pretty good, you can get more extra credit points. Now, this is one sheet for one puzzle cube. What you'll need to do for the rest of the puzzle cube down here at the bottom is click Add. Now we've got a blank sheet. I'm going to open my browser back up so that I can add a new piece. I'm going to choose my base view. It'll ask me, what do I want to pick? I don't want to use the model. I want to get another component. So let's get another component. from my puzzle cube. So up here at the top, I went back to puzzle cube. And from model, I'm going to drawing, from design. And I don't want the full assembly. I want to select a piece. I already did the blue piece. Let's do the red piece. Click OK. And now my red piece is going to come into the next drawing. So again, I'm going to click my base view. There's my front. I'm going to come up here to the projected view. I'm going to click my piece again. I'm going to project the right view. I'm going to project the ISO. And I'm going to project the top. Try to keep your views lined up. When you have them all clicked, do right click, OK. There's all your views. Double click on the ISO. Change it to shaded. Click OK or close. And then add your dimensions. And remember, you don't want to add too many dimensions. You just want to add enough that you can figure out how big everything is. And you don't want diagonal dimensions. You always want straight dimensions. Now, the dimensioning isn't perfect, but it's good enough for right now. As long as you get some dimensions on there and practice that, you will get some extra credit points. Don't forget to save your designs. So this is Puzzle Cube Drawing red piece. Okay, make sure we save it. Up here at the top, this is Puzzle Cube Drawing blue piece. So do save. Puzzle Cube Drawing blue piece. And this will get you guys lots of extra credit if you can make these sheet sets, okay? So that's it for sheet sets. Good luck with that, guys. Good luck. Let me know if you have any trouble.